Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Devils in God's Country. I'm one of your hosts, Casper Rigsby. It's my lovely, talented, wonderful co-host, Miss Allie Jackson. Say hi, Miss Allie.
Hi.
We have also with us tonight, joining us is a close friend of mine. We play a lot of video games together. Um, done a lot of conversing, a lot of talking. He's very, he's the brother-in-law of our good friend Timothy Brown, and his sister, of course, is Stephanie, who's been on the show several times with us as well. So glad to invite Will onto the show. Will is holding to the term agnostic right now in his life. So I'm gonna have to pick on Will a little bit and say he's an atheist without balls. Sorry, Will. You'll get there, buddy. Um, and tonight's topic, and we're glad to have Will in on this one because this is going to be one that maybe pushes his mindset a bit, is we're going to be talking about God as a father figure or a parental figure. And I guess this is in relationship mostly to mostly to like Judaism and Christianity, where God is referred to as the father of mankind and a father figure of humanity. So when we look at this idea from a theological perspective, it's one of the most fucked up ideas that you can possibly run across. And before we even get into the idea of God as the father of Jesus, we get into the idea of God as the father of humanity. Now, one of the first acts we ever hear of from God, as far as his involvement with humanity, comes right after the Garden of Eden and all that good shit with Adam and Eve. We get to hear about God committing one of the greatest acts of genocide on the face of this fucking planet, wiping out nearly the entire human race. But that's our dad, and he loves us. And it's one of those things where you go, if my dad was a psychopath, like I don't really want that dad. Like I don't want to go live at his house. Like this is gonna be a fucked up place to live. So we get onto that topic, and I want to turn it over to Allie first because Allie's actually kind of dealing with that right now, in a sense. And I'm not going to necessarily say her ex-husband is a psychopath. I will say that there are definite mental issues there that need some serious help and adjustment. And I'm not sure from what I know of the situation that man is fit to be a father. However, he's played a good part for his kids in making them think he's going to be, and so it puts Allie in a real fucked up position right now. So before I get too involved in it myself, let me turn it over to Allie and let Allie give her 2 cents.
Yeah, so one thing that we know about God being our father is if we were all parents like God is, we would all have CPS involved. Playing games with our children, telling them, oh, go ahead and kill your children for me to show that you love me. That's pretty psychotic. That's very out there. And we have thousands of examples. Casper and I especially just read a great book by Michael Sherlock on this topic. Lots of examples to give on that, but I do want to give that shout out to read Michael Sherlock's book, 7 Parenting Tips, I believe it is.
Yes, it is. 7 Parenting Tips for God.
Thank you. Yes. So, this is a very emotional, and it's been a very emotional day as it is. As I was talking to Casper about before this, he and I have a teammate who had a friend who was killed in the Philippines. They found his head today. And our teammate was really good friends with him, and we tried to do as much sharing as we could of that topic to kind of get a lot of news on that. We've got another Bangladesh person killed, and LGBT community this time. And if you watched our last show, you know that we discussed that, and we're very heavy hearts over this right now. But on top of that, it's been emotional because my ex-in-laws cannot seem to let me go. And I don't know what to do about it. I found out that she's been watching our show. And it's not like a lot of people watch our show, so it kind of creeps me out a lot to a huge degree. That's someone that I really barely spoke to. And the only time I ever did speak to this person was when we were fighting all the time. But Ryan and I went to his grandmother's house and left her with an email address. And his mother, without any sort of idea of who had access to that email address, who has mail forwarded from that email address, who still has that email address, takes it upon herself to say, this is my information now, and I'm going to start using it. So lo and behold, I see my ex, so, and I've been drinking a lot to prepare for this. I see a junk email, and I open it up, and lo and behold, it's from her. And she's saying how I'm a terrible mother because I said on this very show that if my daughter wanted to be a stripper when she grew up, I would support her wholeheartedly. I would do whatever she needed me to do to help support her in her ambitions in life. And because of that, she says I'm a terrible mother, and because of the vile things I say on this show, because I'm an atheist, because I don't have a higher power, I'm a vile mother. I'm a terrible, terrible person. And little does anyone really know who watches this show, I stand by my statement 100%. Matter of fact, 2,000%. I stand by that statement, and I love it even more now because of this. Because I teach my daughter the value of science. I teach my daughter the value of logic. If I could have things my way, when she grows up, she would be a world-famous scientist. She would own heart diseases and knock out cancer like it was just nothing to her. I buy her science kits. I buy her engineering tinker toys. I buy her books and books. I cannot keep books in her hand. She just reads them so fast before needing more and more and more books. However, if she turns 18 years old and says, when I grow up, I want to, now that I'm grown up, Mom, I don't want to do what you wanted me to do. I don't want to take part in those things that you had me taking part of as a child. I want to be a stripper. I want to go off and I want to do this legal act of stripping. And I'd say, you know what, baby, as long as you're the best damn stripper in the world, I am proud of you for what you want to do. And that's absolutely how I feel. It's how I felt then. It's how I feel now. It's how I'm going to feel 50 years from now. Because, and the reason I can say that is because my children's life is not my own. No matter what dreams I have for them, no matter what ambitions I want them to have for themselves, it is not my choice to make. It's not. And, she wants to badmouth me for saying that I'm going to support my children when in her very own email she tries telling her child, my days of parenting you ended when you turned 18. But now all of a sudden she thinks she has this free access into his life. She can just enter his life now. She's done being a parent, but he owes her, and it's outrageous. And these people, like I said, I don't talk to them. Whenever I did talk to them, we fought all the time. I went to her and told her a couple years ago that I was outrageously sorry for all the pain I ever caused her. Because back in my youth, things were pretty rough for me, and I did fight with her a lot. And I was outrageously sorry. I'm still outrageously sorry. But to come to me and try to give me parenting advice, when you're sitting there bad-mouthing your own child for the actions and choices that he made thanks to your supervision, I just don't feel like anyone has the right to tell me I'm a bad parent. And, standing by your child when they're doing a legal act, she also said, what if they want to grow up and be a thief, a prostitute, a rapist, or a murderer? That is called a false equivalence fallacy. It's something that you see on Facebook all the time. We're talking about a legal act of stripping versus an illegal act of raping or murder. Now, if my child ended up being a rapist or a murderer, obviously I would not be like, yay, honey, what a great rapist and murderer you are. Okay, that is a false equivalence fallacy, and you need to learn the difference, okay? I know that I teach my children this, and my children are very little, and they already know the difference, because that's what a good mother does, teaches their child logic. So I'm gonna school you on some logic there. So if my child decides to grow up and legally choose to be a stripper, I'm going to support her. Although right now I am absolutely pushing other ideas on her. Grow up and be a scientist, grow up and be a doctor, grow up and be a lawyer, grow up and be these great things because I know you can do it. But if she, in the end, ultimately is like, fuck that, I want to strip, all right, baby, you know, for Christmas, I'm going to start getting her some platform heels and lipstick. That's just how it's going to be. I'm going to support her, and I'm going to love her. And that is what being a good parent is. On our topic of tonight, why God is not a good parent, and these Christians that want to shove shit down our throats because we're dirty atheists who don't know how to raise children. Something that a good parent is not, and something that she's proven over and over and over here, is you don't dismiss your children. You don't get to kill, slaughter, or ignore your children because they didn't abide by your will. Okay? God wiped out everyone on the face of the earth because they didn't turn out the way he wanted them to turn out. And that's the kind of parent that sucks. The type of parent who says, you grew up to be a stripper, fuck you, I don't love you anymore, you're out of my life. That's God. That's what God did. And I'm better than that.
You know, when you say that, it reminds me of the comedian Bill Burr. He did a bit in one of his last specials. He said, you know, if I build a car and it didn't run right, like I'm gonna do everything I can to get it running. Like if it's out of gas or it needs an oil change, like I'm gonna take care of it. And anything beyond that, I'm gonna have to get a real man to look at it because I don't know shit about cars. But I believe in you and I want you to succeed. Like I'm not gonna be like fucking set you on fire and burn you forever and be like, you evil piece of shit, because you didn't fucking work when I fucking built you. Like that's absolutely asinine. What what do you think, Will? Well, I know. Talking to Steph, I know
Oh man.
your family life is a little it's a little out there. It's a little different. So what do you think of God as a parent? What do you think of that idea?
Oh, behind the whole fact of the whole religious thing and just taking it all in right now. The fact of we deal with every day the situation of people discriminating others for what they believe in. Well, okay, as we don't believe in this being that they have made up over thousands of years. And I don't understand the logic behind you have to do it this way. And running your family into the ground is just, it's asinine. It just doesn't make any sense. The fact that, living in a religious family, or I guess growing up, you don't feel like you're living when that's the case. Uh, um, the whole fact of being gay or, you know, um, anyone that's another race that does something that is a different religion, it comes into play. And Allie has made the perfect point on it. Like, if you want your kid to grow up to be whatever they want to be, let them do that. Like we grew up as, you're going to be Christian. This is what you're going to do, and you don't really have a choice in the matter. And when we kind of disbanded, did our own thing, we didn't really go to church anymore. They didn't really have faith in us as adults, and it hinders your life like more than people realize. And when you do not have a passion for anything because those father figures, family, just doesn't care, what do you want? Like, there's no happiness. And that's why I have chosen my path, because you feel so tied down. You feel unhappy. You have to live by these rules that people have made up and that just do not make sense when they counteract each other. I can honestly say I stopped going to church before 15. I had enough. When I had the choice to not have to go, it was always, okay, we got church on Sundays, we have to go and do this. I do not have to do that. This is my choice, you know? And that kind of got into the play of, you know, when your dad's an alcoholic or does drugs, he kind of really can't stand his ground that too much. You know, your mom means well, but some of the views she has doesn't make any sense. There's numerous things that I cannot believe that I've been told and been told to believe. There's no telling what I could have been if there wasn't religion behind it. You know, there's so much in our minds that we're hindered because of it. But I feel like for my children, I'm gonna let them choose from day one whatever you want to do. You know, whatever you want to be. When I was growing up and I was like, oh, I want kids still so bad, man. I've got a tattoo of family on my chest. I want kids so bad. But, you know, when I was growing up, I was like, I don't want my kid to be gay because of that fear that was put into me. And what was I fearing? Like, there was nothing I should be afraid of for my child to feel that way or anything like that.
Well, and to hop in on that point, I think that you actually do have a great point, and something that I think a lot of parents of gay children need to allow themselves the freedom of saying, God, life would be so much easier if my child weren't gay. Because having a gay son and seeing the bullying and seeing the hardness that comes with that, it's something that every parent wants to protect their child from. You don't want to see your kid getting called a fag at school. You don't want to see your kid getting beaten up for who he is. You don't want to see these things happen just because they're gay. If they weren't gay, those things wouldn't happen. Life would be much easier. So, you know, to that point, I think I see the point you're trying to make is on a religious ground. You didn't want that because that meant that your kid is going straight to fucking hell, and that's the way I was raised too. So I feel you on that. But to this point, you know, even as an agnostic or an atheist, allow yourself that freedom. Be okay with the fact that you have those thoughts, but support your child 110% because they need it. They need your support more than any of your other children will need it because your other children aren't going through the same things that they're going to face. So it's okay if you still have those feelings. Based on the fact that they are going to face a little bit of a harder life depending on where you live. You know, I just wanted to throw that out there to allow you, even if you did still have those feelings for those purposes, that's understandable.
You know, it's funny because, you know, we talk about this, and it's not even so much the go into hell thing. Like, even after I just outrightly said, you know what, I don't think there's a fucking God. Like, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm not like, no, I have proof. There's no fucking God. It's done. It's fucking over with. It's in the books. Like, no, but I'm like 99.9% sure. Like, I'm fairly certain. Like, everything I've ever heard about a God has been some made up bullshit. Like, I'm absolutely certain of that 100%. And, like, there's, like, this slim fucking possibility there is some sort of thing out there. It's negligible. Like, it's so improbable as to be almost impossible. So I let it go. But at the same time, it's weird because I can let go of that, and I'm just like, okay, well, you know, there's probably no God. You know, I'm mostly sure there's no God. Like, I'm a pretty strong atheist. I'm just like, yeah, it's probably no God. It's probably all just bullshit. Like, we get this one life, and like, we're just animals, and we happen to be really intelligent, so we can think about existential shit. And like, because we can think about existential shit, like, we think we're important and special and shit, but really, we're just floating on rock in the middle of the fucking universe, and eventually we're gonna die, and it won't mean shit, because it's just one little rock in a big ass fucking universe that's probably gonna get recycled again anyway, and just it'll mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. If there is some grand scheme, it's gonna mean nothing. It's be pointless. But at the same time, I let go of that. Right? This is this huge fucking idea that's been looming over me my entire life, been drilled into me through growing up in a Christian household, in a fundamentalist Christian household, and then I let go of that. Right? That was so easy. When I say it was easy, of course, it took me like 25 years to let go of that shit. But it in the end, it was pretty easy. There was one day where I was just like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, man, whatever, dude, it's done. Like, no, I'm not with this shit anymore. And at the same time, like, my oldest child told me that his favorite color was pink, and he said that to me and his mother. And my first fucking thought into my fucking head was, oh shit, dude, that's the girl's color. Like, it was immediate. It's drilled into me so fucking. Yeah. I let go of this whole fucking God and religion bullshit, and at the same time, my oldest son says, "Hey man, I like color pink," and I'm like, "Oh, that's really faggy, dude. What the fuck?" And that's like the first fucking thought that pops into my head because it's been drilled into me so long. Like, you have to reprogram your whole fucking mindset to go, okay, is there any rational reason why I should be upset about my son's favorite color being pink? Well, he might be gay. Like, yeah, and? Well, yeah, he might be gay. Okay, and? Well, yeah, man, he might like to suck dicks or something later on in life when he's, of a sexual age. I'm like, yeah, you know what? There's plenty of women out there that like to suck dicks. I mean, it seems like it could be fun for some people. Like, I don't think the fact that you have a penis means that sucking a penis is a weird thing for you necessarily. It's a weird thing for me personally, but like, my personal bullshit has no impact on the fucking reality of the situation. And so it's so weird that you get hung up on this shit because it's drilled into you so much. So it's like, when Target fucking took the fucking boys and girls labels off the toys, and it's like, hey, guess what? We have toys. And like, okay, where's the girls' toys section? It's like, no, we just have toys. Like, no, okay, where's the boys' toys section? Dude, we just have toys. Like, there's race cars over here. If girls want to play with race cars, that's cool. Like, there's dolls over here. If dudes want to play with dolls, like, that's cool. Like, there's just toys. And people, like, got bent the fuck out of shape over it. Like, no, there's girls' toys and there's fucking boys' toys. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I seem like a retard because now that I see those people acting like that, like, I realize, like, oh, I'm an idiot. Shit, my bad, dude. If you like pink, like, you wear all the pink shit you want. Like, that's cool. Like, if your favorite cartoon is My Little Ponies, fucking rock that shit. Like, well, fuck it, dude. Rock that shit, man. Like, I'm being an idiot. That's not on you. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, don't let me put my bullshit on you. And that's what happened to us. Like, as adults, like, we're all in our 30s or nearly, and so, like, me and Allie have kids, Will's been through a tumultuous relationship, but wants to have a family, wants to have kids, wants to do that thing, and we're all at the point where, like, we have to realize, like, our bullshit can really fuck up our kids, man. Yeah. If we don't learn to fucking deal with it, like, our bullshit can fuck them up bad. And that's what we get from religion. When you think about God as a parent, or a parental figure, or a father figure, it's like God is like, no, you're not doing my shit. And it's like, dude, you need to see a therapist and leave me the fuck alone. Like, what the fuck is your problem, man? You need to deal with some shit in your fucking life. Apparently your daddy was not cool to you because, like, you have daddy fucking issues. Like, handle your shit and leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm just, like, trying to get by here, man. So, like, the idea of God as a parental or father figure is just, it's absolutely insane to me at this point. As a father, I look at the God of the Bible and say, if that's the father of humanity, we are fucked.
Oh yeah.
Like, that dude is just gonna decide to go on a fucking shit spree again and a rampage and just fuck us all up because he's like, you know what? You're sucking dicks, and I don't like the idea of dudes sucking dicks, so fuck you, smite! And, like, we're all fucked, man.
Look at
We're
how
all
many
dying.
Christian parents are like that, Casper. Look at how many Christian parents are just like that. If you don't abide by what I want, I'm done with you. And unless, of course, I want to poke at you more, then I'm going to try to come back into your life. Hint, hint. You know, I mean, once a child has every fucking right to say, fuck you, mom and dad, I'm out. And I want to say this, you know, I did that to my parents, right? Last time I left if I have to say anything good about them, I will say that I respect them for this one fucking thing. The last time I left my parents and I said, fuck you, I'm out, they said, bye, Felicia, and they didn't try to contact me, and they didn't try to email me, and they didn't try to stalk me on my Facebook accounts. Once I blocked them, they didn't continue to stalk my Facebook accounts by creating new Facebook accounts. They didn't watch my show, this show, every night. They didn't do all these crazy, crazy things that stalkers do when people say, bye, you're out of my life now, leave me the fuck alone. And so if I can say one thing about my parents, they did the bye Felicia thing 100% A-OK, mad respect for that. But if you look at Christian parents, and well, I'm going to let you speak right after this, but if you look at Christian parents, that is exactly what the fuck they do. You didn't turn out right. You didn't turn out like I wanted. How the fuck are you going to have a child and put some sort of, this is what you're supposed to be on them? Okay? From the moment my children were born, I never saw myself as their boss. I saw myself as their guide, someone who was supposed to feed them, clothe them, put a roof over the head, and help them make their own decisions. And that's what they've been doing since they were little kids. They don't have a bedtime. My children don't have a bedtime because they know if they don't go to bed at night, they're going to fall asleep in class, they're going to lose out on recess as a punishment for falling asleep in class, and that fucking sucks. So my kids say, you know what, fuck that shit, I absolutely want to go to bed on time. This is the time I need to go to bed so I don't fall asleep in class. And they do that shit. They do that shit, okay? I have helped them do what they want to do. I have never guided over them. I don't have any expectation for my children whatsoever. None whatsoever. The only thing I expect from them is to try their hardest and to find what makes them happy and do it. Will, I'm handing that over to you.
That, like, for the most part, you're right though. Like when for people to constantly go every day and say, hey, you have to do this because these rules have said so, it fucking blows my mind. Like, people think that that's how it has to be.
Yeah.
As a parenting thing, I want children, but am I absolutely ready? Nobody's fucking ready. You could be fucking 1,000,000 years old and never be ready if we could live that long, you know?
Dude, I have a 9-year-old, and I'm still not ready. He's 9 years
Right?
old. I've been raising him for 9 years. I'm still not fucking ready. I got another 3-year-old, and I'm like, ooh, let me try not to make the same mistakes with the 3-year-old as I did with the 9-year-old. And I know I'm going to make different mistakes with the 3-year-old, but hey, at least I'm fucking learning. And by the time I'm done having kids and done raising my kids, then maybe I'll have some idea about how to raise kids. So, like, I think if your parents are cool, like, maybe, you know, take some of their advice, but yeah.
But the fact that you said he likes pink, fuck it. Let him roll with it, you know? Let him, you know, be him. Why the fuck does it matter when it comes down to, hey, I kind of like to wear panties. I like to wear female panties. Okay, cool, you know? I can't really say much to that because that's what you like, you know? Maybe you like how it feels. Maybe you like how he looks in them. Steph and I had the same conversation, like, you know, there's difference between cross-dressers and, you know, there's people that just want to wear female clothes. They feel good in them. That doesn't make them gay. Even cross-dressers doesn't make them gay. That's just how they feel comfortable. You know, if I had kids and they feel comfortable with, having that mentality that's what they, like, it's it's what they enjoy, that what makes them thrive in life. Why hold them back? Why I don't, I don't understand. And I think that's the biggest thing is why I'm here today is because it doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense
Here's
to
something
me.
else. Here's something else that I
Mhm.
want you to think about. Okay, me as a parent, I can't think of a single day that goes by where I don't tell my child I'm sorry, because I either forgot something or didn't remember that oh yeah, I forgot you don't like cheese. Oh yeah, I forgot this. I'm so sorry. I let them know that I make mistakes literally on a daily fucking basis, and because I'm not perfect, and I want them to know I'm not perfect. But not only am I not perfect, I'm someone who's sorry for not being the absolute best. To me, the best mom in the world would never forget that her son didn't eat cheese and forget to make him a second dinner, something on the side. A perfect mother would never forget that her child has a play tomorrow and you were supposed to take off from work from it 2 weeks ago. A perfect mother wouldn't forget those things. And I have done those things. And so for that, I am outrageously apologetic. And not only am I apologetic, but I make steps to not make the same mistake twice, kind of like what Casper was talking about between his 9 and his 3-year-old. He's going to make mistakes with his 3-year-old, but they're probably not going to be the same mistakes he made with his 9-year-old because he's learning. Okay, and something that you'll never see ever in the Bible from our Father God is him saying he's sorry because he's perfect, right? He's supposed to be the perfect father. What the fuck kind of perfect father kills his children because they didn't turn out how he wanted them to?
I think this raises a great example. As a parent, there's only one thing I never do with my children. Only one thing. I never make promises. And the reason I don't make promises to my children is because I am fallible and I make mistakes. And if I make a promise, if you make a promise to someone, you're supposed to keep it. It's kind of like a marriage vow. If you agree to enter into a contract with someone in marriage, and that agreement means that's the person you're with. And so, like, if you cheat on that person, like, you have broken that contract. You have broken that promise. It's a promise, and if you can't keep a promise, you don't make a fucking promise. So I don't make promises to my kids. It's one thing I learned between my 9-year-old and my 3-year-old. I don't make promises because I'm gonna fuck up somewhere along the line. I'm gonna fuck up and do something, and or forget something, and just be like, oh fuck, I forgot that shit. My bad. Like, I promised you, but like, I'll make it up to you. You can't make up for promises. Like, that means I'm going to do this, and when you don't do it, you have failed. You don't make up for that. Now, we look at the Bible and we look at the Torah and we look at the Quran, and God has made all these fucking promises to his people, whoever the fuck you believe his chosen people are. If it's the Jews or the Christians, the fucking Muslims, whoever the fuck you believe his chosen people are, he's made all
Depends on
these
where you
fucking
read it, right?
promises, right? And so he sits back, he makes all these fucking promises, and then these promises keep getting, fucking passed by, and they're unfulfilled, and these promises fucking go by the wayside. And then we see these people, these religious folks, be it Jews, be it Christians, be it Muslims, be it Hindus, doesn't fucking matter. We see these people make excuses for their father, for their God, as to why he didn't fulfill his fucking promises. No, motherfucker, you made a fucking promise. You promised me I was the chosen people. I was the anointed ones. So where is my fucking kingdom? You promised me a fucking kingdom. Where is my goddamn kingdom? I look at Israel right now, and that's what I see. I see these fucking Zionists in Israel right now going, hey man, God promised us a fucking kingdom, and if we have to fucking murder innocent women and children in Gaza to get it, we're getting our fucking kingdom. That's what God promised us. And I'm just like, dude, do you not fucking get where you're at in life? What the fuck is up with you, man? Your God doesn't exist. If he promised you something, it just fucking happened. Your God is supposedly omnipotent. He can do anything. If God wanted you to be the ruler of the fucking world, you'd be the ruler of the fucking world. Period.
That's his plan,
he
right?
has the power to make that happen. He has the ability to make that happen without question at the fucking snap of the fucking fingers. God can make that happen according to your own fucking holy writ. So why are you making excuses for why you're sucking hind tit right now? You're sucking hind tit because you're the fucking runt of the litter because you didn't fucking get it, dude. You're winning the fucking Darwin Awards right now because you didn't fucking get it. You haven't been evolving with the rest of us. You haven't been progressing with the rest of us. That's why you're sucking hind tit right now. Saudi Arabia, fucking Syria, Pakistan. That's why you're sucking hind tit right now because you ain't got the fucking program. Most of the rest of the world is trying to fucking progress forward, and you're still sitting here going, no, we were supposed to be kings. I don't know what the fuck happened. We're just going to blow shit up. We're going to blow people up. We're going to kill people. We were supposed to be kings. Fuck you. This shit's fucked up. That's not where the rest of the world is, and that's why you're going to fail. That's why you're going to get left by the fucking wayside. That's why your own fucking people in Saudi Arabia it's a great statistic, and I want everyone go out and fucking Google it. How many atheists are there emerging in Saudi Arabia right now? A Muslim majority dominant country. How many atheists are there out there right now that say, no, fuck Islam? This is some bullshit, man. I'm sick of waiting on a God that is fucking impotent, not omnipotent, to do something that he fucking promised to do. No, fuck that. If we want a better life, we've got to do it. Stand the fuck up. Get these bitches out of our government who keep telling us we have to follow this fucking that or the other, this book or the other. Get this shit out of our fucking lives and let's make it better. Let's make it better for ourselves. We have to do it. So let's do it. Look this shit up, man. Look at how many people are making a mass exodus from religion right now because they've clued into the fucking fact that there is no father who's out there fucking gonna fight your fights for you. There is no God out there that's going to fight your fucking battles for you. That doesn't exist. You've got to do it. Now get off your fucking ass and do it. I'm done. I'm sorry. I got on a rant.
You're good. I got something to say about that too. There was a guy in North Dakota. There was a guy that was Muslim that I had worked with. Super cool guy, down to earth. He didn't talk about money, even though he had quite a bit of money. He worked in the oil fields and stuff like that. He didn't boast about anything, and he would talk to you on the same level as you were. Muslim is a lifestyle, as I have seen it. It's something you grow into. You go day to day. You can't have this, you can't have that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Premarital sex, it happens every day. Can't happen. Can't happen, He cursed like a sailor. That was something funny. Don't know how far that goes down the rabbit hole, but, whatever. And each, if you can't, which I had another Jewish coworker too, that certain things, like if you cannot make the means to make it happen, you have to make sacrifices to, live your life. What kind of One of the things that just kind of blew my mind is we have pets and things like that. We have dogs. They don't treat dogs the same way. Dogs are, these little hounds. It's not the same thing. I love my dog to death. Um, it's something. It's a companion. For dogs, to them, no, not at all. It's just they're just these other things out there, um, and it's just that's something that I was just like, how does that go on the same level? How do you live every day, in this situation? He was about 28. His wife was 21. Um, they married into because they were Muslim and everything. It's like, oh, let's set you up and everything. Barely knew her. I think he knew her 6 weeks, and that's more than some, more than some others. And it blew my mind that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with this person. If I had 6 weeks, if even that, to know that I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with this person just because of the religion they were in, no. Just not at all.
And a fucked up thing is, like, she can't leave. It's not like a fucking two-party thing. Like, it's not like she's like, no, man, this ain't working out. I'm out. Like, she has no fucking say in the matter. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, go ahead, Will. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're right, man. Like, that was the thing. I just, she was very pretty. Like, he showed me a few pictures of her. And he wasn't a bad-looking guy or anything, It's just, it was one of those things. And then he told me, he said, the Arabian culture is something different too, because he was Indian. He was a very different lifestyle than the Arabians were. But he's like, they're crazy. He told me, he's like, they're crazy. Like, their lifestyle is just, it's off the wall. But they probably think that of us. They think what we're doing is just nuts. We're doing all these crazy things. But we have the choice to not, live that lifestyle. They don't have a choice. They're grown up into it. They live every day. If they decide not to, that's where their money is down the line. For the most part, they lose out on everything. Like,
or their lives. In many Arabian countries, apostasy is a death sentence. So yeah.
I watched the last one you guys did, and I don't, like I said, I don't get to watch them much. That's why I wanted to work on the podcast. It's listening to it. It means a lot. With Bangladesh and stuff, like, these countries, people that do not go with the flow of what they decide that it should be, they should not exist in their eyes.
And I think that brings up a very good point to this entire show. We've been talking about what kind of father God is through his own actions. But when you talk about people going, either they have to go with the flow or else they get killed, like in Bangladesh, what kind of parent sits by and lets one child kill another, right? What kind of parent does that?
Your brothers and how do you kill your own family? Like,
right.
I just don't understand that. Like, if
and for that you need to understand the fundamentalist idea that comes from Islam is, even if you're blood, okay, even if you were blood, you grew up together, you fought by each other, you loved each other very much, the second your brother becomes a kafir, a non-believer, he is no longer your brother. And that is absolutely taught in Islam. So, when they're out there murdering these people that go against Islam, when they're murdering the people in the LGBT community, they're murdering atheists, they're murdering secularists, they're doing that because these people are not their brothers. They are officially the enemy. Not even they aren't brothers. They are now enemies. So, what kind of God does that? What kind of God says, if you turn your back on me, I'm going to let your brother kill you?
We talk about Islam all the time, and of course I receive constant fucking messages on goddamn Twitter and Facebook about how I'm a fucking Islamophobe and I'm a fucking racist and all this crazy ass bullshit. And I get this from atheists. It's not just fucking Muslims. It's not just Muslims or it's fucking. There's plenty of atheists who are like, oh, you're a fucking Islamophobe. You're a fucking racist. Let me point out the fact, okay? I make the fucking assertion, and I stand by the assertion constantly that Christianity is no better than Islam. The only difference between Christianity and Islam is 500 years of fucking experience of how to get away with fucked up bullshit.
Absolutely.
That's the only fucking difference. You want to point at the fucking Old Testament and go, oh man, well the Old Testament's just as bad as the Quran. You're damn right it is. I'm not going to dispute you on that in the fucking least. I'm also going to tell you that the New Testament is damn near just as bad as the Quran if you fucking understand it. Okay? According to the New Testament, Jesus' own words were, I did not come to bring peace but a sword. If you love your brother, then you hate me. If you love your mother, then you hate me. If you love your father, then you hate me. I came to turn fucking brother on brother. I came to turn son against father. I came to turn daughter against mother. That's what I came to do. Those are the words of the New fucking Testament. Don't talk to me about fucking Jesus' love. Jesus' love comprises about 1/4 of the goddamn New Testament. The rest of it is fucking Paul's hatred. Okay? 13 fucking books of the New Testament written by Paul, and they are full of fucking hatred.
Especially hatred towards women.
Full of and they are full of reinforcement of the same Old Testament fucking Jewish mentality of we're better than you are, and if you're not doing what we fucking say to do, fuck you. And you know what? If God's on our side, who can be against us? And we've got God on our side, so fuck you. If we kill you, that's your own fucking fault. You fucking caused it. That ain't on us.
And murder's not a sin.
Yeah, it is.
Under their terms.
That's just the thing, though. Killing one who is an apostate under Quranic law is not a sin. That's not murder.
No.
You're enacting God's law. You are following through with God's law. And when we look at the New Testament, we say, okay, well, Jesus came to fucking absolve the New Testament. That's not factually true. Jesus came to fulfill the New Testament, which means Jesus was the only person, according to the Bible, on the face of the earth who could actually follow the fucking law. And the only way he was able to follow the law is he was never married, he never had children, and so he was able to fulfill the fucking law. But the law says, and Jesus himself even said, not one word of the Old Testament can be fucking, ignored in order for you to get into the kingdom of heaven. And so when I tell Christians all the time, like, look, are you stoning your disobedient children to death for being disobedient? They're like, no, that's some Old Testament shit. And like, yeah, but don't you hate gay people? Well, yeah, but homosexuality is an abomination before the Lord. And I'm like, dude, isn't that the New Testament? Well, like, look here in the New Testament, it affirms it. And I'm like, dude, I've got 12 books, 12 quotations from the New Testament telling you you're supposed to follow the Old Testament. So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You want to cherry pick this shit to the point where you can go, oh man, we hate fags, but we don't have to stone our disobedient children to death. If your kid's a fucking atheist and you're a Christian and you haven't drug him out into the fucking street in front of your congregation and each one of you picked up stones and stoned him to death, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're not following the fucking Bible according to the New Testament. Fuck the Old Testament. Jesus said you follow this shit. Jesus was a fucking Jew, and he never renounced Judaism, and he never said, you get off the hook just because you're following me. That's not how this shit works. So if you're not stoning your atheist children to death, Christians, you're not a fucking Christian, according to the goddamn Bible. Oh, but, I don't interpret it that way. Dude, if your God's omnipotent, if he's omniscient and he knows everything, there's no interpretation. It's not open for fucking discussion. If it says it, you do it. If it says don't eat bacon wrapped shrimp, motherfucker, you need to get the fuck out of Red Lobster and let me enjoy my goddamn scampi. Because, I don't buy into that bullshit. Some people, don't eat bacon because of religious reasons. I don't do religion because of bacon reasons. Fuck you. Bacon's fucking delicious. And if your God hates bacon, there's something wrong with your fucking God, man. I ain't with it. Like, has your God tried bacon? Bacon is fucking awesome. It's just it's crazy shit to me, and the people don't get this. Like, God is our Father, he's our Savior. Like, God loves us, but he gives us the chance to be fuck ups. Even though he could fix everything, he gives us the chance to be outright pieces of shit because he wants us to choose him over everything else. And, like, to me, that's like saying, okay, well, I could tell you not to go out and murder fucking people, but I want you to choose not to murder people just because, hey, that's a thing you shouldn't do. And I think you should know that just on GP. So, like, I'm not going to tell you about it, but, like, you make the choice. You can murder people if you want, but then, like, I'm going to fucking set your ass on fire. And it's never going to end. I'm going to put you in some Promethean fucking trance of fucking having your liver eaten by fucking crows every day for the rest of eternity, and then it grows back because fuck you, you're a piece of shit. But I love you. Like, that's psychotic as fuck, dude. Like, the whole world is trapped in the fucking Stockholm syndrome, just infused with fucking COPD, and we're all sitting there going, oh, fuck, man, it's a battered woman syndrome gone insane. And it's fucking up the entire world, man, because you've got this God as a father figure that is nuts. Like, this dude is fucking crazy. I don't know. I think I got off topic there. Somebody want to pick that up for me?
My thing is, God has a plan. That's what I've always been told. God has a plan for you. A plan of living poor, a plan of living without. Why am I not living in this world what others have and I don't? That's a greed situation too. Like, we want everything that we can have. But God has a plan for you. He has a plan for people to sit in prison. Oh wait, that was your choice, but that was God's plan.
Right.
Why is that okay?
It's not okay. And I'm sorry, I need to hop in here because when anyone starts talking about God's plan, I have to start talking about the children. If God indeed does have a plan for everyone and everything is God's plan, why the fuck do kids get cancer? That's all I want to know. Why the fuck do children get cancer? Why do children get raped? Why are children molested by fucking priests in church? If God has a plan, why? Why do this to people? Why? It makes no fucking sense. And if I were God, I wouldn't fucking allow it. I wouldn't allow it.
It's fucked up because you mentioned that, and I look back on Mother Teresa is going to be officially sworn in as a saint.
Bullshit.
Within Catholicism, and according to Mother Teresa, the reason that children get cancer and get raped and get fucking molested by priests is because suffering is God's way of letting you be one with God. You have to suffer in order to really know God.
Right, but when she was sick, she didn't suffer her ass in her own little hospitals. She came over here to America. So, yeah, suffer my ass.
And on that note, thank you, Christopher Hitchens. You're the fucking man. And if there's there's one person on this planet I really look up to, it's you. I wish you were still here. I wish I could meet you and shake your fucking hand. There's not many dudes out there that I'd say, hey man, if this dude wanted me to suck his dick, I'd probably suck his dick, even though I'm not really into that. But like, yeah, like
But if that's what
Christopher, that's it. Christopher, if you were here, like, and you wanted a fucking Casper blowjob, like, I'd suck it up for you, man. Like, I'm spitting, I'm not swallowing. I love you, but not that much. But dude, really, you know, it's how do these people? I don't understand. Like, how you get indoctrinated to such a point where you have to make these apologetics arguments for this bullshit. You have to fucking take up for your, like, okay, one of the things that we've been dealing with on the Atheist Republic page, Allie and I, over the course of the last couple of days, is we've had people mass reporting a fucking simple post by us that was a slightly misquoted quote from a person that said, religion flies you into buildings and atheism flies you to the moon, or some shit, some shit similar to that. I can't quite quote it. I'm a little drunk right now, but the thing is, like, we've had people mass reporting that, both religious people and atheists, mass reporting that, saying, "Oh, this is some fallacious bullshit. It doesn't fucking violate Facebook's codes." But like, you come on there and you're pissed off because someone says, "Hey, man, religion's kind of fucked up," and it causes you to think really fucked up things and do really fucked up things. And, you know, if you could just let go of that, like, maybe we could move past that. And, like, we could work together to fix shit. Like, that's really our end goal. I love it when people go, "Oh, Atheist Republic is making all this money." Dude, if you knew how fucking far in the hole we are right now. Me and Allie have talks every fucking day, and we're just like, "Oh my god, where are we going to come up with the funds for this? And how are we going to do this? And who can we get to help us with this?" No, we're not fucking making money. We're not making money hands over fist. This is not the fucking televangelist hotline. We're not living in multi-million-dollar mansions, dude. I'm doing this podcast from outside my little cheap-ass home in Tennessee on a fucking cheap-ass laptop that was given to me by my fucking father because he's awesome, and he was just like, "Hey, man, I know you do stuff, so here's a thing that might help you because I'm not using it." Like, am I making money? Dude, I'm in a fucking middle of a goddamn bankruptcy right now on an individual level. I'm not Joel Osteen. Allie
If
is
we were
not
the
Joel
Christian
Osteen.
Republic, right? If we were the Christian Republic, we would be though.
Oh,
We would be
we
rolling.
would.
Casper and
We
I.
would. Oh, and we could. That's the fucking thing. That's the fucking thing that pisses me off. We could. Like, people fucking bitch about the things I say. Dude, look, if I flip the fucking script, if I published books under a pseudonym as a Christian apologetics author, you motherfuckers would make me rich in a day.
Oh yeah.
In a fucking day. Because I know your shit so fucking deep down and inside and out, it's not even fucking funny. You would make me rich beyond my fucking wildest dreams. And the fucked up thing is, you could do that, I could do that, and I'm going to turn around and use that money to help other people because I honestly believe that other people deserve a chance at a decent life. I wouldn't sit in a fucking $4.2 million mansion like some of these goddamn televangelists. I wouldn't do that. And it's not because I'm religious. It's not because I was raised religious. It's because when I see other people suffering, when I see other people in need, I understand that if I have more than I need, I should probably help them. Just so we all do better, because if we all do better, then we all do better. If I help everybody, if everybody's doing better, then we're all doing better. But you know,
you spoke about that last time too, and I thought about that a lot. If we help out others to do better, you know, see people suffering, why should they suffer, you know? Have they had a harder life than we have? Have they made the wrong decisions? Oh wait, that was their plan. That's what tears me apart, is that they didn't necessarily choose the life they were given. And if they could do better because we helped them in any way, why the fuck not?
Yeah, it's fucked up for me because I'm constantly told by religious people, whether it's a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or a Hindu, oh, you're an atheist, so you're a nihilist. You believe in nothing. Like, why should you help people? You should just be selfish, and you only get this one life, so why not fucking soak it up? I'm like, dude, my life is enriched when I help others. That makes me feel good about me, and that makes the world that I live in a better place. And so when my kids grow up and they're in the same spot that I'm in, or they're in a worse spot than I'm in and they need help, like I've made the world a little bit better place. And so their lives are a little bit better than mine. And I might be dead. I'm not going to experience that. I'm not going to know about it. It's just I don't even exist anymore. And yet the work that I do to contribute to humanity itself lives on beyond my own death. Well, guess what, religious folks? I get an afterlife, and you don't. And the reason I get it is because people remember me. They remember the work I do. They remember the things I said. They remember the books I wrote. They're still reading them, even after I'm dead. And they're still mentioning my name, and they're still bringing me up in conversation, and they're still trying to fix the world based on the ideas that I threw out there and said, hey, man, let's try this. Like, other shit has failed, and this might fail too, but let's try this. Because other shit has failed, and like we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same shit and expecting different results. You can't
Yes.
keep doing the same shit and expect different results. You have to do something different. So let's let go of the religion shit. You don't want to let go of God and the idea of a fucking universe that understands you, and fucking maybe there's an afterlife. I get you, man. Like it's just shitty to, dude. I'm not even supposed to be alive right now, so I totally get you. If you're like, man, this can't be all there is, like I totally get you. Like, I should have been dead 5 years ago. I was born with a heart defect, and I should have been dead 5 years ago. And I've not taken care of myself like I should. I have every reason to believe there's some God looking out for, and I don't. I don't believe in that. I believe that I'm pushing on because I have a goal. I have something to accomplish. I have something to achieve. Before I fucking get out of here, I want to make my name important enough for people to go, hey, you remember that motherfucker? Hell yeah, that dude, man. Fuck yeah, that dude. Or, because this is what I'm going to get from religious people, hey, you remember that dude? Yeah, man, fuck that dude. That dude's a piece of shit. Fuck that dude. Either one's okay. I'm okay with either one because either way you're thinking about me. And the things that I say here, the things that Allie says here, the things that Will has contributed here, and I know he's had some stuff to think about here. We've been pushing, and the things we say here, people will, as long as YouTube's around, as long as these videos are available, some random motherfucker in the future is gonna click on this shit and go, okay, let me see what this shit's about. And either they're gonna love it, they're gonna hate it, they're gonna be indifferent to it, they're gonna think about it, and because of that, I exist. Now, let me tell you, if you're the random Christian motherfucker and you're going to church and nobody knows you and you haven't done anything for society and you haven't fucking contributed, you haven't been willing to put your fucking voice out there, your face out there, your 2 cents out there, when you die, you're fucking gone. That's it. You're fucking done. you're out. You lose. And I'm going to tell you right now, in the grand scheme of things, when it's you versus me, I win. it, it's like when me and Will are playing video games, and yeah, you may have won the match, but I shot you in the fucking head as the goddamn closing screen was coming up, and you died, and you couldn't even get a fucking shot back on me. I win. I fucking win. I get the last shot on you.
You will
You're fucking sitting there dead in the fucking final screen, and I'm sitting here going, ha ha, I shot you in the fucking face, you cunt. Like, yeah, I hate to be that guy, but yeah, I win. And I'm gonna win. Like, religion can't win. It's outlived its fucking usefulness. The idea of God as a parent or father figure has outlived its usefulness. It's gone. It's dead. It's wrong. People can take a logical fucking look at it and go, hey, that's fucking retarded. Like, not retarded as in mentally fucking handicapped. Retarded as in, oh man, that retards all of humanity and puts it behind by about 60 to 80 to 500 years. Somewhere in that fucking large ass range. Yeah, you're retarding humanity, and you need to shut the fuck up. Ray Comfort, Ken Ham, all you dumb sons of bitches. Shut the fuck up. You're retarding humanity. Stop building a fucking genocide theme park, man. Stop doing that. You just spent fucking billions of dollars to do that. You're fucking retarding humanity. Fuck you.
That topic alone could get me going for another hour. Maybe next week we'll need to do a Kinham Genocide Park show.
I don't know. You wanna give us some final thoughts, Will, and then I'll let you wrap it up, Allie.
You said it, man. If we haven't done our part on this planet that we call home, if we have not, made our stance to others to remember us, what the fuck are we doing here? Everywhere I've worked, and I'm 21. Everybody's like, okay, well, you're just a kid. Every person that I've come across, I've tried to do my best to, make that impression. I've never, at least personally, I don't think I've never once done somebody wrong in the way to put me first. So when I feel like I give more and they take more, you're right. I'm the one that's winning. I feel like I have given more than, people have taken from me. And I don't want people to expect more in that case either, because what you do, you're here every Monday, regardless of what the situation is, how you're feeling beforehand. And people don't really understand that. Like, you're here all the time, you're writing books, you're telling how you feel, and you're giving everything. And if they want to take more than what's expected, they're the one that is the loser. That's how it is to me. Like, I just don't understand it. But I'll let Allie end it.
So we've discussed. I think tonight was a great topic. I really enjoyed Michael's book. I wanted to throw that out there again. Whenever you do look at God as a father, you really start to realize just how fucked up the Bible wants you to accept God as being, and to me that's an important lesson. God, I am so drunk. Why do you leave me with final thoughts? Towards the end, I can barely say my name.
Allie Jackson.
Allie. So I think that our where we should really spend our time and stop fucking with some old fucking myth of a man, of a god, of a father, and start worrying about our own asses. Okay, I've got kids to raise. I'm not going to be yielding a knife to them for some psychopath in a book from 2,000 years ago. I'm not going to be turning my back on my daughter if she chooses to be a stripper. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't make you to be a stripper. I'm going to kill you now. Fucking retarded and ridiculous. Parents out there, worry about your own fucking problems you have. Apologize to your goddamn children. And don't be like the God of the Bible who just thinks that he's perfect. Like a lot of Christian parents tend to think they are. They can never make a mistake. It's always the children who ended up making the mistake, and they need to be punished for it. I think it's ridiculous. It's a terrible theme that we keep passing down, and it really needs to stop. So that's where I want to end that. Casper, do you want to do our closing on that?
It's a weird thing. I end up doing the final closing thoughts of nearly every show. Not because I'm more important than Allie or any of our guests that appear on this show. It's one of the things about being a writer, being someone who has learned to cultivate their speech, learned to cultivate their thoughts into something that can touch people. And it's an important thing. I want to remind everyone here that the God of the Bible supposedly, according to the Bible, gave his only begotten Son so that you might have eternal life. And I want you to understand something. As a father of two wonderful, amazing young boys, if there's any person on this planet that I had to shoot in the fucking face in order to preserve their fucking lives, you're gonna get shot in the fucking face. I don't care if it's Allie. I don't care if it's Will. I don't care if it's my own fucking mother. And when you look at the idea of a God who says, no, I will give my child as the only fucking sacrifice that can redeem you, that's not a fucking parent. They would put themselves in front of a firing squad before they put their children there. That's not a fucking parent. If you can learn anything from religion, if you can learn anything from the idea of God as a parental or father figure, it's this. It's how not to be a parent. That's how not to be a father. Everything that you read in the Bible supposedly as God's actions pertaining to his parentalship over humanity, that's what you don't fucking do. You don't fucking do that. Look at that shit and do the exact fucking opposite. And then you'll be a decent fucking parent. Then you'll look at your son when he says, hey, my favorite color is pink, and you'll go, hey, man,
hell yeah,
that's fucking cool. I see a shirt over here that says fucking real men wear pink. Let's buy you that fucking shirt. You wear it to school every fucking week if you want. You can wear it every fucking day. I'll wash that goddamn thing every fucking day until it turns a crazy-ass pastel pink. Like, you can wear a My Little Fucking Pony shirt. I'll get you a My Little Fucking Pony's backpack if that's your favorite fucking cartoon. Because you know what? You're right. What you love is what you love, and I have no right to encroach on what you love. I have no right to tell you that you're wrong for what you love. I have no right to fucking ridicule or look down upon you because of what you love. I love fucking metal music. I'm going to tell you right now that there's a good bit of our listeners out here, people who watch our show, they'll be like, oh God, I can't stand that stuff, man. You can't even understand what they're fucking talking about. What the fuck are you doing there? And that's cool, man. You like what you like. That's cool. I'm not gonna tell you you're fucking wrong for liking what you like. Just don't tell me that I have to like it too. If you like Rihanna, that's cool. I think Rihanna's a fucktard. But hey man, if that's what you like, that's cool. You can listen to her crazy songs about one another. Like that's cool, man. You do your thing. I'll do mine. Let's get together to work together to make a better world for all of us, and where a world where you can like Rihanna and I can love Maynard and fucking Pantera and Lamb of God, and like we can all sit back and go, hey man, your music does not suit me, and that's okay. Like, hey man, your religion does not suit me, and that's okay. As long as you're not hurting anybody with it, like that's cool, man. You're crazy as shit, in my personal opinion, but hey man, as long as you're not hurting anybody, that's okay. Like, just don't fucking hurt other people. Like, can we work to make everybody else's lives pretty good? As long as we're doing that, like, we can get along. Until we learn how to do that, I'm gonna be your worst fucking enemy. I'm gonna run you down the fucking streets. I'm not gonna do it with a fucking gun. I'm not gonna do it with a knife. I'm not gonna do it with a fucking bomb. I'm not a pussy bitch. I'm gonna do it with fucking words. I'm gonna get right in your fucking face. I'm gonna get face to face. I might even reach out and fucking kiss you. Just to make you fucking uncomfortable. Because until you're working with me to make this a better place for all of us, you're my fucking enemy. Period. You're my fucking enemy. And I'm not violent. I'm not going to bring violence against you. But I'm going to use my words. And goddamn if my words ain't fucking strong, dude. I dare you to put your fucking bullets against my fucking words. I guarantee you my fucking words will outlast your bullets. Kill me. Cut my fucking head off. I guarantee you my fucking words will outlast you. Bitch. I guarantee it. That's what being real is. That's what we need to learn as fucking parents. Be fucking real. God is not a fucking father. God is not a fucking parent. Let go of your fucking Stockholm syndrome. Let go of your fucking wife beater syndrome. You've been beaten into fucking submission. Let that shit go. You don't need that shit. Make this world better for all of us. And stand against the fuckers out there who would make it worse for all of us because they have to be right. They gotta be in charge. As always, the thoughts and ideas expressed here are not necessarily the thoughts and ideas of all the members of Atheist Republic. They're the thoughts of ideas of myself, Miss Allie Jackson, Mr. Will, who joined us tonight, any other guest who joins us in the future. We have over 300 members with our organization. We cannot possibly represent all of them with our words here, and I would certainly hope that you would not believe my words represent the thoughts and ideas of 300 other motherfuckers, much less fucking 1.7 billion people on this planet. They don't. That's my thoughts. That's my words. If you agree with them, awesome. If not, send me fucking hate mail. Please. There's a comment section below on YouTube. Write me some fucking foul ass comments, man. I'll get back at you. I keep up with that shit.
I'll be.
I'll get back at you. If you love the things that we do, if you like the things that you do, if you want to get involved, visit atheistrepublic.com and you can volunteer in any kind of ways, be it financially, be it, you want to write some shit, you want to get your words out there, you want to have your thoughts expressed. We welcome anyone. Visit atheistrepublic.com and visit our volunteer page. We have all kinds of shit that you can do, and we'd love to have you as part of this team. because, man, me and Allie and our guests, we certainly can't speak for everybody. We're just doing our part to speak our own minds. This has been another episode of The Devils in God's Country. We'll be back here next Monday. We'll be drunk as fuck as usual, and we'll do this shit all over again. This has been another episode of Devils in God's Country. Signing off.